that will be run by feralpigman. So take it away.
The greatest wrestling game you've probably never heard of. I'm feralpigman and Bix on the couch for me. So I guess we'll get started. 3, 2, 1, go.
We're doing Hundo, right?
Of course.
Oh, of course.
Let's do Spain first. This is a good intro to the game, using a kill technique that you'll never see again. But
yeah, hybrid wrestlers at a whole new level. We're going for straight murder, and that's the end of the first match right there.
I have to ask, but oh, there we go. Never mind, the timer was not started.
In case you want to replay it.
Oh
dang.
yeah, shit. I'm so used to
Dang, dude.
skipping out of this.
You kind of go through an arcade mode similar to like Street Fighter or something like that. You got to 8 different opponents. But most of the matches contain their own specific rules. So the one Feral just did was like a scaffold thing. You just have to knock them off the edge to their presumed death. And that one's over. But there's other ones. You'll have your classic in-ring action like right now where Feral's job is just to beat him down pretty much as fast as possible. You're going to see a lot of clotheslines and a lot of like elbow drops and knee drops. And looking like knee drops here. Before Feral starts putting in the submission holds here. And essentially, every submission hold he puts the dude in just puts him that much closer to giving up right away. So he really just wants to apply it as much as he can after some nice beatdowns here. Each character does have their own special ability. Most times it doesn't really matter because Feral's a godlike wrestler. But yeah, so here we are applying the chokehold.
Yeah, when they're flashing like that, that can happen to you too. It's basically just should be fine now. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, so you just suffocate them. It's all good.
And we'll never see him again. So I don't know. Killing's legal in hybrid wrestling.
Of course.
It's actually like a fairly decent like RPG style game too, oddly enough. So Feral's actually gaining stat points that he can give his character, but this is a speed run and we don't want to go into any extra menus if we don't have to, so he won't actually apply any of them. He'll just keep with the same strategy. So for this dude, the gimmick is it's a street fight, so they're wrestling on the sidewalk with onlookers.
There's supposedly, according to the game facts I read, there's supposedly like you can actually attack one of the spectators and bring him into the match with you. Basically, I've never been able to find him though.
That's awesome.
So just stick to beating the crap out of this guy.
If you donate enough money, Feral will beat up a bystander. And if it doesn't work in the game, the streets of SF are right there. Yeah, we'll make it happen.
This is in the States.
Yeah.
So. Can I?
Yeah, we're putting the claw on him. Dude, did he give up already? Nice.
Yeah, man.
Godlike.
What can you do when the guy's just smashing your face into the ground?
So, some more background. Feral created his own custom dude, the legendary Shikuku from Canada.
Yes.
Traveling the world and beating people down. Good one.
Sorry, I'm just letting him think that he's got me.
Which one is this one? Is it a normal one or is it a rope break one?
All these ones, I think are normal ones.
Okay.
I think there's one. Wow. There's one that's a rope break, but
Okay.
I don't remember which one it was.
So, most of the ones follow the standard rules. So you're going to be seeing a lot of the same action here. For whatever reason, these wrestlers, I guess, they don't watch tape. They don't really learn what's going on. They don't really see that Shikuku here does the same 2 moves.
You can change it up a bit.
All right. Well, there we go. I stand corrected. Nice.
Yeah, so there's actually, this game's like incredibly deep. There's so much stuff you can do. But there's like 6 different fighting styles that you can do. I'll always miss this. Oh, I got him, nice. For some reason, somehow, like, usually when that happens, he just kind of goes through. But yeah, this is just strong style. This guy actually uses the same style, which is why you saw him clothesline me. I actually tried out the other ones, and this seemed like the best, just because clotheslining was a really good way to get them onto the ground. And plus, this one has the best chokeholds. The other ones don't seem to kill them. So I mean, what's the point?
It's hard to stay on top of the mountain when your opponents survive the actual match. So
Yeah, exactly.
we're just it's expert routing here. The game is actually highly customizable, as Feral said. You can create your own character, which he did. You can pick your style. You can decide what move goes with every sort of button and button direction combination. They all have names, and you can see the commentator at the bottom. He'll actually say the names of the moves that you do. So Shikuku did this, Shikuku did that. It's in Japanese, obviously. There's actually a translation hack for this, too.
Very incomplete, though.
Yeah.
I think like only half of the words actually in English.
We'll have to start up a petition for that. Finnish hybrid wrestler. You know, maybe some rock solid 4th generation Japanese folks like yourself and Brett Souza can get to work on that.
I gotta leave that to Brett. He's the one who can actually speak Japanese here. And like they're actually like when you put him in a chokehold, it actually you can use the text to tell like if he's close to. Oops, that was a mistake. But like yeah, okay. The text is different when he's like got a lot of health left versus almost dead versus dead. So you can kind of use that, and like I accidentally got him in a chokehold, and then you can just these are actually all moves that you learn. Because you start out the game at the age of 18,
Right.
and every match you basically get a year older. And like Big said, you naturally gain stats because of course you're gonna get stronger. You're gonna get gain more endurance when you get older. So you naturally gain stats, and then you naturally just learn moves as you get older. And actually, once you get too old, you start forgetting moves. Or losing the ability to do it. So like this doesn't happen in the speedrun unless you lose. But like if you lose a match or two, that was a mistake. If you lose any matches, basically you start forgetting moves. Which I think if you lose like 2, you can't choke them out anymore. Like
You forget how to choke.
yeah. Or like you get soft in your old age or something. So you just like scissor hold them or something instead. So like so you can see I'm actually low on stamina. That's why I was looking like the Hulk or something. I don't know. Which is a stat that you can increase. So like after each match, if you win, you get 2 stat points that you can put in. But of course we don't do it. But there's like 20 different stats that you can increase. Stamina was the only one that I ever thought was really useful. But there's like left arm strength, right arm strength. You can increase your leg strength. There's like so much stuff you can do. Wow, rude. I wonder. Yeah, so he's almost done. Yeah. There are different roll sets for some of these. Like some you can ring out, and that was actually like super fast if you can do that, because obviously you just throw them out. And if you can keep them out, then you just win. But it was like really inconsistent. It's actually really hard, I found, to get back into the ring. So like you can throw them out, jump after him. I think this is actually one of them that you can do that. Jump after him and just kind of keep punching him so he can't get back in. But then you have to get back in, otherwise it's a double ring out. So like when it's getting close to like 10 seconds, I would try to get back in, but instead of getting in, for some reason he would just kind of run into the ring. Not like run into it, just like run into it and just fall over, and then I would lose because he didn't get back into the ring. So it wasn't very consistent. So that's why I just kind of stick with these until we get to the championship circuit.
I just want to let it stick that feralpigman has done more than 0 routing streams of this game.
Oh yeah,
Hybrid wrestler.
I've done like 2 routing streams of this.
Yeah,
There's a lot of thought went into this route.
we're quite sure this game is as optimized as it possibly could be.
it a good time to read a couple donations?
Yeah, of course.
All right, so we have a $5 donation by Miles the Wolfman, who says, "A wrestling game at a marathon? But God, he's nearly broken in half." Shout out to my boy Bick on the couch. Big choke.
Oh, man. What's up, Miles?
And we have another $20 donation by Brett Suzo, who says, "Dear Feral, Negi means green onion."
Thanks, Brett. I'd forgotten since last night. I'm glad you reminded me. So Brett's the one who's going to be finishing the translation of this, I presume. So now we're getting into the matches where we can probably do these earlier, just because like some of the ones that I did earlier were actually harder. But this guy 100% cheats, and you'll probably see it. It's like almost impossible to avoid. But he brings a weapon into the ring with him. He pulls it out of his belt at some point, presumably, unless I can take him out before. Because it's basically like whenever he gets up, he'll probably like let him do it actually. The only problem is that it lags the game a lot for some reason, because like it's a very small sprite. If he ever actually does it, you can see it's a very small sprite, but it lags the game a significant amount. He doesn't want. Wow. Yeah. So now he's chewing my arm. He doesn't want to grab it. So I probably will actually take him out before he pulls it out, which is fine. I'm actually still not really sure what it is. I think it's this is not the kind of match I wanted. Oh, there it is.
There
yeah,
it
see.
is.
He didn't even pull it out. It just appeared in his hands. It's like a bottle opener or something. Like what's that gonna do in a wrestling match?
Jam it in your eye or something, you know?
I guess
Hit
you
you
can
in
just
the
do that.
forehead.
You can just do it with your fingers though.
I mean,
I don't
that's
know,
just
man.
not sanitary.
It's true. It's true. This guy also cheats, but not using a bottle opener. He has like black magic basically,
Yeah.
and he walks funny. I like how he walks. He actually, see, he missed me. That's actually what happens most of the time when I try to do that. It's like impossible to actually land moves in that state. Wow. You probably won't see the magic. He, for some reason, like he isn't as he's much more hesitant
Oh.
to use it than the other guy is to pull out his bottle opener. Well, we'll see what we can do. Wow, he just stayed on the ground forever. Usually, so like most of the time, these guys will take like 3 clotheslines, and then they'll be on the ground, then you can knee drop them or elbow drop or whatever 3 times, and then they get back up and you repeat. But sometimes like they'll stay on the ground for a really long time, like you saw, and then once it gets later on, you know, they'll stay on the ground longer and longer. Probably won't use the fire. Oh, I just said what it was. But what? Oh, here, yeah.
Oh.
See, check it out. Like, what is that?
It's Papa Shango, man. He's a beast.
Yeah. His name is Mega Baby. Mega Baby.
I'm surprised you could read that.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's because Brett gave me a crash course
Got
last
it.
night. Yeah. While we're eating sushi. So this is the last. We're coming up on the last one in Shikuku's native Canada. So I'm pretty sure this is how all wrestling matches go down in Canada. Or top of a skyscraper. And the win condition for this one is particularly good.
Yeah.
I like this more than the one in Spain.
I'll let this be a surprise for the fans.
Alright, see you, dude. You just kind of throw him through the through the roof.
Isn't that movie legal?
Oh, it's totally legal. Everything's legal in Canada. All right, so that was the 10. You can see him fall through the ceiling, the roof again. So this is 100%. So We do the circuit, we do the tournament, and there's also one more important thing that I'm going to do now, which is get married. So they give you this nice catalog of wives that you can have. So I'll take this 20-year-old office lady. Get a nice wedding, you know, ends pretty quickly, and then just go on with your life. So this is the league, basically, you know, yeah. So this is the guy that we just threw through the roof. Unfortunately, we can't do that right now, but so we're basically just trying to, you know, become the champion of the 3 leagues. And we start with this one because this has rope break as the rule set, so you can just this is gonna be the strat for this league. Unfortunately, the other ones don't have this rule set, so it takes a little longer.
Yeah, it's just really simple. If you have to cause them to get a rope break 5 times, then you get the auto win. It's at 22 seconds there.
Oh yeah, excellent. So this is another side effect of getting married is we have a kid.
Yeah.
So usually I do this in Japanese, but I guess I can do this in English too. Because I actually recently found out that there was an English page to this, because you actually have to advance it. So let's name the kid Bick, you know, and that's it. So oh yeah. So this so this game is super deep. So I just had a kid, and the kid, like, he'll show up on your stats and it'll tell you like how old he is. And once the kid gets old enough, you can retire your wrestler and take over as your kid in New Game Plus. Like it's incredible. Like you can play this game for hours on end with different wrestlers, and you can create a custom move, name it whatever you want, and then pass that on to your kid. So you know he learns your signature move, and you can continue playing. I've never actually done that. I don't know if anything changes. But yeah, it's really cool. You can actually like so you'll notice that you'll probably recognize the wrestlers that I'm about to fight. They're actually previous playthroughs. So yeah, like these are my other characters, and so like it, you know, it actually saves the other character data, and they actually can age out. Like if you don't play the game for a while, they get replaced by the normal champions, which is actually really crazy. If you don't know who's who, I don't really either. I just assume that I'm winning.
It's always safe to assume Feral's winning.
Yeah. So someone died. We didn't actually get it. There's actually a glitch that you can get. Well, I mean, it kind of happened here, but that's just the nature of the match. Sometimes when you get someone in a chokehold, it actually replaces their sprite with yours for some reason. Which obviously, again, like these people are actually the same sprite. But like some of the other matches, sometimes it'll replace their sprite with yours, and so it looks like you lost. Which is really weird. I don't know why that happens sometimes. But yeah, so this is the last match of this league. So, like you notice, I actually had to fight a lot of the matches, just because like they won't let you just go to the top. You have to go in increments of 2, basically. But once you win one of them, you can then challenge the champions of the other ones, and basically, you know, wager your belt in a certain league. So I do this one because it's fastest, and then you just kind of challenge the other champions. So in theory, should only be another 2 matches. And I've accumulated like tons of stat points that you never actually use again because it's slow and you don't need them.
Clothesline, knee drop, chokehold, 3 moves of doom.
Why are you fighting yourself right now?
This game gets really existential, is I think what it is. I'm fighting my inner demons in order to live a peaceful life with my wife and child. I need to overcome myself first, you know?
Yeah, or it's because every new round he creates a new wrestler that looks exactly the same as the last run's wrestler, and the game actually saves like who the champs are. So he's actually fighting himself from the last time he speedran this game. Just hilarious.
I can't tell if you're winning or losing at that time.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm also not sure.
Yeah, I can never be sure, but I just assume Farrell is winning. That's what he does most of the time. Unless it's Rockman 2.
Oof, yeah, but I only like winning at good games. So. Oh, I actually thought I was the one on the ground there, so I wasn't doing anything. Oh man, now I will be the one on the ground. How? So yeah, I don't actually know how wrestling works, the actual wrestling rules. I presume these are, you know, some rules where you can rope break, but it doesn't actually matter how many times you do.
Yeah. As long as you get to the ropes, you have to release whatever hold they have on you. It's typical stuff, man.
Pretty sure I'm being thrown, yeah. Okay. It should be... Yeah, alright.
Got him. Well, this is the last match coming up, right?
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully. And then time will be when, after that match, when the screen goes black. But you get to see me hold up a nice belt first. Lots of people take pictures, you know.
Yeah, so the conditions for Hybrid Wrestler, 100%.
The most competitive category of the game, by the way.
Yes, there's more than 0 people running 100%.
Yeah.
Is to initially win the first tournament and then hold all 3 titles in the 3 leagues. So this will be the last title he's going for.
And I'm pretty sure these are the only 3 things you can do. The circuit, the tournaments, or the leagues, and then getting married.
Oh, right. You got to get married in Hundo also. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, I did all the other options in the main menu, and there's not actually stuff that does anything. There's stuff like, I mean, that's how you create your customize your signature move, which I mean maybe that should be criteria for Hundo, but I don't know. Once the community grows, we can dispute.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's up to the community.
Yeah. Which if you do want to run this game, the route's on my Twitch page. So, which it's a different route than this one. You do the Canadian second, but I wanted to save him for last. This is way too soon. It's not way too soon. Okay.
What
Cool.
a god, dude.
So time will be when the screen goes black after the. So they're like, oh my god, you have all 3. So there's this page. You know, everyone's taking pictures. It's awesome. And time will be now. And
Hybrid Wrestler, everybody.
Hybrid Wrestler, yeah. And now you get the nice credits. All your stats, you know, I won the circuit at 28 years of age, 32, 33, 34. 16 and 0. I think it talks about your kid. They never talk about your wife after you get married. It's all just about the kid. So yeah, like Hybrid Wrestler is a real person, Funaki Masakatsu. I don't really. I Wikipedia'd him once, but I don't really know much else. I don't know why he's the Hybrid Wrestler, as opposed to just the wrestler. But we probably don't have time to go through the credits, but like there's a lot of interesting spelling errors in the credits. But yeah, these are all just pictures, I think, of his career, or of him. But yeah, that's Hybrid Wrestler. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And coming up is the second best game ever made, probably. It's Where's Waldo? So make sure you stick around for that.
And thank you very much, Feral Pigman, for the run-through of this Feral Hybrid Wrestler game. We are indeed going to play Where's Waldo